So last time we had begun the discussion on pricing, and today we want to proceed on the same. And I want us to begin by handling the question of August 2024, question 1C. So get to your past papers and look at this question of August. August 2024, question 1C. August 2024, question 1C. Now, if you are there, the question says, Optica Gas Limited has two divisions, Beta Division and Optima Division, which operate as profit centers. Beta Division makes a component known as token meter, which is prepaid pay as you use token device used by Optima Division to make Optima gas cylinder to optimize digital payment. Now, prior to Beta Division being established, Optima Division outsourced the component on the external market at a price of shillings 1,600 per token meter. Beta Division has an external market for the token meter and also transfers to Optima Division. Optima Division uses one token meter to produce a gas cylinder, which is sold externally. There are other products produced and sold to these divisions. The forecast annual sales, associated costs, and capacity level for the divisions are as follows. So we have the market price per token meter, 1,500. Transfer price per token meter to Optima Division, 900. A market price per gas cylinder, 6,500. Variable cost per gas cylinder, 2,500. Direct labor cost per labor hour, 150. Direct material cost per token meter, 250. Variable overheads per labor hour is 150. Fixed cost per annum is 150,000 and 392, actually million, 150 million and 392 million. The variable cost for a gas cylinder excludes the cost of the token meter. The first unit of a token meter will be 20 labor hours to produce. However, it is known that the work of direct labor is subject to an 85% learning rate. These will apply to all 260 token meter production capacity. Optima Division will continue to outsource 40,000 token meters from an external supplier at a price of 1.6 to eliminate the deficiency from internal transfer. Optima Division has a target profit of 180 million. The forecast external sales and production capacity level for the division are as follows. So the external demand and the production capacity, Beta has 100 token meters and with a capacity of 260 token meters. Optima Division, 200,000 cylinders, that's external demand, but it has a capacity of 300,000 cylinders. You are required to do a running or to compute the running curve coefficient. And then in a columnar format, prepare profit statement showing the operating net profit for beta division and optima division and indicate whether the optima division target profit will be achieved. Okay, so that question is on transfer pricing. And if it is on transfer pricing, we need to come up with the income statement. Now the income statement, we will have the details here. We will have the details. Then we will have the beta division. Beta division. We will have optima division. And then we have the company. We have the company. We have the company. Have the company. So when we have it that way, when we have it designed that way, we need to put the frame, how it will look like. Obviously, when you are looking at, we have said the question is on transfer pricing. Transfer pricing. So what we are looking at in this transfer pricing is the income. So how do we get the income? From this question, and we know that we will have revenue. When it comes to transfer pricing, as I told you, we have two types of revenues. There is the internal revenue, and there is the external revenue. Internal revenue and external revenue. Then we will less variable costs. We will less the variable costs. Now, in a transfer pricing scenario, we have three types of variable costs. Number one is called the transfer costs. This one will always be there. The transfer costs. That one will always be there. Number two, there is production costs. This one will also always be there. Production costs will also always be there. Number three is purchase costs. Purchase costs. So purchase cost is not a must that to be present. It is only present if one department is buying, if the receiving department is buying something from outside. But if they are not buying, that is not present. Then after that, you less fixed costs. You less the fixed costs. So the fixed costs, obviously we have the production. Like now in this question, we have the production. We're just calling it the production. Let me just call it production. Let me just call it production. Production. We don't have any other category of fixed costs, but in some other situations, you may have other categories. Haya, so sasa with that now you get the net profit. You get the net profit. So that would be the format of our statement. That would be the format of our statement. That would be the format of our statement. So for us to proceed now to get the values, the first thing they have asked us is to get the running curve coefficient. So we will first of all come here and talk of running curve. Running curve. Now, when we talk about the running curve, I told you the very first thing to mention should always be the formula. Should always be the formula. So the formula is y is equals to ax raised power b plus 1. Okay, so when you write the formula that way, the first thing that you need to get to know is A. 1 unit is taking how long? 1 unit is taking how long? We are told that 1 unit is going to take 20 hours. 1 unit is going to take 20 hours. And then we are told the units are 260,000. 260,000. And then R is 85%. R is 85%. So B, which the examiner wants, the coefficient, is given as the logarithm of R. So the logarithm of 0.85, you divide by the logarithm of 2. So work that out and give me to 3 decimals. Logarithm of 0.85, you divide by the logarithm of 2. Work out and give me the answer. Okay, negative. Purity, that's from Purity. Irene. Okay, good. So B plus 1, so this is what they are calling the coefficient. That's what they are calling coefficient. So B plus 1 will be equal to negative 0.234 plus 1. Give me that. Let's increase the speed. Yeah, 0.766. So therefore, when you're looking for y, the total time, it will be 20 times 260,000. You raised power 0.766. Work that out. With the 125. Someone else to confirm. I want everyone to give the answer. So let me also confirm that it is 260,000. You raised power 0.766 equals times 20. Yes, 281. 125. Yeah, 281. 125. 281, 125. Okay, so I think that one is well answered. The next working that we require when we are there, this one is going to affect, or we can now go one by one. Let's go as one by one. Let's start with revenue. We are now in the workings, in the revenue. So for better internal, the question says we are going to transfer 160. Is 160 at a transfer price of 900. So we are transferring 160,000 at a transfer price of 900. So when you multiply that, 160,000 times 900, that is 144 million. 144 million. So that 144 million, you come and put it here. 144 million. Now, I told you that transfer price is a revenue to the supplier, with the supplier, and a variable cost to the receiver. So this 144 million ndio hii transfer cost hapa kwa Optima. Kwa Optima, 144. But it has no impact on the company. So this one and this one will not find their way in the company. Transfer price is the revenue to the supplier, a variable cost to the receiver, but no impact on the company. Then for the external, they are going to sell the balance of 100,000, as the question had said, and the units are being sold at 1,500 each. 1,500 each. So if you take 100,000 times 1,500, that's coming to 150 million. 150 million. So that 150 million, naiweka hapa. 150 million. 150 million. Then we go to Optima. Now, Optima does not have internal. It only has the external. Because Optima is the receiver. Na ikishamaliza inauza to the external out. So it has no internal revenue. So Optima is, according to this question, is selling 160. No, not 160. They are selling 200. That's the demand. 260. 200. No. 200. They are selling 200,000. They are selling 200,000 at a price of 6,500. So you will see 200,000 times 6,500. You get 1,300,000,000. 1,300,000,000. Yes, so that is the one that they are getting. Now, anything external should find its way to the company. So the revenue of the company will be this plus this. So when you add, that would be 1,450,000,000. 1,450,000,000. $450,000,000. Haya. That is about revenue. Hiyo tumemaliza.
Pardon?
Yes.
Pardon about the 1,450,000,000.
I'm saying that is for the two divisions, the external. The external, whatever is sold to the external is sold in the name of the company. So this external here plus this external should find its way in the company. Is that okay? We add them. Iko sawa?
Yes.
Okay. So the next item that we need to work on is the production costs. So let's what the question is saying. The production costs, there are several, so it's like I have to combine. Several. So let's have the working for the production costs. Production costs. Now, production cost, when we start with the beta, first of all, you can see there is what they are calling labor. There is what they are calling labor. So labor, 1 hour inalipiwa 150. Na unajua, tulikuwa compute the hours, tukaona all those units will take us 281, 125 hours. 281, 125. So if you multiply, useme 150 times 281, 125, give me the figure you get. 150 times 281. The figure that you get, two million 168 750. That's the labor costs. The other thing is we have materials. Material, we are told it is 250 per token meter. So it will be 250 times the 260,000. 250 times the 260,000. I multiply that and give me the answer. Same 250 times 260,000. Give me the answer. Getting 65 million. 65 million. The next one that is mentioned there is overheads. Overheads. So overhead, they are telling us it is 100 per hour. So it will be 100 times this 281, 125. So you see 100 times 281, 125. Okay, so this is coming to 28,112. 112,500. Purity, are you able to see the writings?
Yes.
Okay, Akumu, restart your gadget. Restart. Restart and let me know whether you are now able to see. When you add the three of them, they are coming to 135,281. With 1,250. Akumu, I'm waiting for you to restart and tell me whether you can see. Okay, if it's okay now, that's great. So the variable production costs that will be witnessed or that will be there for, okay, so then that's good. That's good. The variable production cost, that is the one that we had. So sasa hiyo ndio unakuja unaweka hapo 135,281,250. Then we go to Optima. The variable production costs, this one is just a single figure. We are given as 2,500. So you take the 2,500, you multiply by the 200,000 units. You multiply by the 200,000 units. That's coming to 500,000. Million. So, ukuje uweke hapa. That way. Then, because these are external costs, they should go to the company. So you combine this plus this. So plus 135, 281, 250. So when you combine, you get 635, 281. 635, 281, 250. That way. Let's go to purchase cost now. Purchase costs. So the purchase costs, it is only happening in Optima. It is Optima that is buying. And we are told they are buying 40,000 units. They are buying 40,000 units at an external price of 1,600 according to information 3. 1,600. So when we multiply that, 1,600 times 40, I'm getting 64 million. So that 64 million is the one you bring here. 64 million here. And that one, because it is affecting an outsider, it should affect the company. It should be found here, 64. That way. The last one is the fixed costs. Now, fixed cost does not have a working. We are just given the figure straight. The first department has 150 million, 150 million. $392 million. So you add this now, you add 150 plus 392, you get 542. Yeah. So get the profit now. Like now, hapa utasema 144 million plus 150 million, the two revenues. Then you minus the 135, 281, 250. You minus the 150 million. Yeah, so you get a profit of 8 million, 718, 750. So get the same for Optima. Get the same for Optima and the company. So the answer you get here, if you combine this and this, they should give you this one. Can you confirm whether that is true? The profit of Beta plus the profit of Optima should be equal to the profit of the company. Confirm whether that is true. Confirm whether that is true. Have they agreed when you add? Okay, so I'm saying this plus this should be equal to this. Yeah, you should be able to confirm that. Aye. So let's shift now and look at April 2024. Question 1C. April 2024. Question 1C. Question 1C. April 2024. Question 1C. The question says that Isle Sky Holdings Limited manufactures and sells Sky drones and their accessories. Isle Sky Holdings Limited operates two divisions, Camera Division and Sky Division. Camera Division manufactures a component branded HD camera that is used by Sky Division. Sky Division is manual assembly and final product division that assembles various components to make a product branded mid-level drones. Both divisions produce one type of output only. Sky division needs the HD camera component from camera division for every drone produced. Camera division transfers to Sky division all of the HD camera components needed to produce a drone. Camera division also sells HD component camera to the external market. Sky division outsources its other components in the market from an external supplier. The following budgeted information is available for each division. So we have the market price per HD camera, market price per drone, production cost per camera, assembly cost per hour, total outsourcing cost of other components. Then we have the fixed non-manufacturing overheads, external demand, and the production capacity. Now we are told the production cost per HD camera is 60% variable. Camera division sets a transfer price at 70% of the marginal cost. The fixed manufacturing overhead are absorbed based on the budgeted output. Assembly cost per hour is basically a manual job which is subjected to an 80% learning curve rate. The first drone will take 2 hours to assemble. The learning curve coefficient at 80% level is that. This will apply to all 12,000 drones assembled. Assume that the learning curve model is in the form of y is equals to that. The tax applicable for both divisions is 30%. Now, in a columnar format, compute post-tax net profit generated by camera division, Sky division, and IL Sky Holdings as a whole. Okay, so with that, we have details here. We have details. Then we have the camera division. Then we have Sky division. And then we have the company. We have the company. Company. So once again, we do the frame. So for the frame, we have the revenue, which is internal and external. Then we less variable costs. Variable costs. So the first one is the transfer costs. Then we have the production costs. And then we have purchase costs. Purchase costs. We have purchase costs. Then we less fixed costs. Now the fixed cost, we have two types. We have production. We have production, and there is what they are calling non-manufacturing. Non-manufacturing or non-production. So with that, we will be able to get our profit before tax, profit before tax, then we get tax, so that we now work with the profit after tax. Yeah, so that is the frame of that question. The frame. All right, so let's have the workings. Let's have the workings. So I dig our workings down there. So the workings, if I follow the additional information first, information number one inasema the production cost per HD camera is 60% variable. So production costs per HD camera, production cost per HD camera, we have the variable. The variable, we are told it is 60%, and we are told the production cost is 10,000. So we are going to have 0.6 times 10,000. 0.6 times 10,000. And obviously this now would be 6,000. And fixed will then be 40% of the 10,000, which is 4,000. 4,000. So with that, at 4,000, how many SDs, HDs will be produced? The HDs that will be produced, they are 22. They are 22. So the total basi will be the total. Let's start with the variable. So the variable will be the 6,000 times 22,000. 6,000 times 22,000. That's coming to 2 million. So hiyo 132 million utakuja iweke hapa kwa production cost ya camera. 132 million. 132 million. That is the variable. And then the fixed will be the same. 4,000 times the 22. 4,000 times 22. 88 million. So hiyo utakuja iweke hapa. 88 million. So that is the production costs. So going to the next additional information, inasema camera division sets a transfer price at 70% of marginal cost. So transfer price. So transfer price. Transfer price. It is 70% of marginal. Marginal is the variable cost. So it is 70% of the 6,000. Tell me how much that is. 70% of the 6,000. %70 of the 6,000 is how much? $4,200. So that is the transfer price. So if that is the transfer price, then we'll be able to get the internal revenue. The internal. So let me just call it internal revenue and costs, or just internal revenue. So the internal revenue that you will record there is this 4,200 times what we are transferring internally. We are transferring, according to this question, we are transferring 12,000. We are transferring 12,000. So if you multiply that, 4,200 times 12,000, it's coming to how much? $50,400,000. Now, good. So that one, ndio unaweka hapa. 50,400,000. And as I told you, that internal revenue is also the transfer cost. is also the transfer cost, 5,400. Yeah, it is also the transfer cost, and it has no impact on the company. It has no impact on the company. The next additional information is that the fixed manufacturing overhead are absorbed based on the budget output. That one tushashughulikia. That's why we took the 4,000, this fixed, times the 22, the budget output. Tukakuja tukaweka hapa. Assembly cost per hour is basically manual job, which is subjected to an 80% learning curve rate. The first drone will take 2 hours. So that one will have to conjoinate with number 5. That says the learning curve coefficient is at 80%, is that. And these will apply to all the 12,000 drones. So we will have a working here. We will have a working that I want to call learning curve. We'll have a working that I want to call learning curve. Learning curve. So the first thing is always to write the formula y is equals to ax raised to power b plus 1. Ax raised to power b plus 1. So we already have been told that our A, the first drone, is taking 2 hours. Then X, we know they are 12,000. R, we know it is 0.8 or 80%. R is 80%. So our B should be the logarithm of 0.8. You divide by the logarithm of 2, which the examiner has already told us is negative 0.3219. Now, can you confirm that is the case? Work it out and tell me whether that is the answer.
Yes.
So, we need B plus 1. That would be minus 0.3219 plus 1. Tell me that would be what? Yeah, 0.6781. So with that, I will now need to get the total time. Y should be equal to 2 times 12,000. You raise power 0.6781. Work out that. Give me the answer, 2 decimals. Yeah, 1167.14. 1167.14. So the assembly costs. The assembly costs or the production costs will now be 1167.14 times 35,500, because that is what we are told it is. We are told it is 35,500. So if you take your 1167.14 times 35,000, you should be able to tell me is 40,849,000. Sasa hiyo ndio utaandika hapa. 40,849,900. 849,900. That's the production cost. And that one now should be added to this one of the camera. So you add back the 132. We get 172. 172,849,900. 849,900. When you add those two. Let's go on. The next additional information is just about the tax, that percent. So the others that hatujajaza, it is the revenue, the external revenue. Let's get the external revenue. The external revenue. The external revenue. So the external revenue, starting with the camera, they are going to sell 10,000 units to the external world. 10,000, and we are told they are selling at 19,000. They are selling at 19,000. So when you work out that 10,000 times 19,000, you get 190 million. So hiyo unaiweka hapa 190 million. 190 million. 190 million. Then for the sky, they are selling 12,000 drones. 12,000 drones at 160,000. At 160,000. So if you do that, 12,000 times 160,000, I'm getting 1,920,000,000. 1,920,000,000. So when you combine, it's coming to 2,110,000,000. When you combine, that is what we are getting. When you combine that external revenue. So internal revenue tumeshughulikia na itakuja hapa. External tumeshughulikia. The production cost. Purchase, now these ones are not purchasing, so there is no purchase cost. I should not have put it. They are not buying anything because all the 12 they require, they are getting it from inside. So there is no purchase cost. Production costs. Let's see what is the production cost for the non-manufacturing. Is only appearing as one. So the non-manufacturing, hiyo tunaiweka tu hapa. Oh, there is outsourcing. Iko. Total outsourcing, umeiona. Total outsourcing, that is the purchase cost, 1,686,000,000. So 1,686,670,000. And that one will find its way in the company here, 1,686,670,000. Then for the fixed costs, this one is only appearing in camera and should therefore find its way in the company, 88 million. The non-manufacturing, 10,560. 10,560,000. Well, is it? Yes. 10,560,000. The other one is that 3 million. So if it is that 3 million, it will be 43,560,000. 560,000. So I think with that, it is okay. It is okay. So let's start to get the profit before tax. The profit before tax, like now tukianza na camera, utasema 50,400,000 plus 19 million minus 1.2 million minus 8 million minus 10,560,000. So I'm getting 9,840,000. Then you get tax 30%. 2,952,000. So that you report 6,088,000. Ukikuja kwa hii ingine ni 1,920,000,000 minus confirm whether you are getting 109,080,000. Then when you get so that the profit after tax that's what I'm getting. Then when you go to the other one,
Excuse me, Mwalimu.
yes.
The tax information, where are you getting it from?
The tax information, I'm getting it from information 7 of the question. Information 7. Have you gotten it?
Yes, it's 30% of the profit before tax.
Yes. So 30% of this, at 30%. So this one, when you tax, you get 35,676,030. Are we okay with that? So on your own, you shall attempt this question of May 2019, question 3A. Actually, question 3, May 2019, question 3. May 2019, question 3. So the next one I want us to attempt before it is time is a question that was tested in the year 2001. So go to June 2001. It's on page 177. So that you see another format. Another format, how they can test the question on transfer pricing. June 2001, question 1. June 2001. Question number 1. So if you are there, The question says that Canora Enterprises has two divisions, Mugaa and Gwashati. Mugaa division manufactures an intermediate product for which there is no external market. Gwashati division incorporates the intermediate product into a final product which it sells. 1 unit of the intermediate product is used in the production of the final product. The expected units of the final product, which Gwashati division estimates can sell at various selling prices, are as follows. So we are given that the variable and fixed cost of each division are as follows. The transfer price is shillings 35 for the intermediate product and it's determined on a full cost basis. Now you are told to do profit statements for each division and the company as a whole for the various selling prices. So in dealing with this question, we will do an income statement that looks like this. Our income statement. So income statement for Mugaa division. Mugaa is the supplier. So we will have the units, which I want to call U. We'll have the units, which I want to call U. We will have the price, which I want to call P. We will have the revenue, which I want to say R will be equal to U times P. Then I will have variable costs. Now, variable cost I have per unit, which I want to call V. Then I will have total. So this is total T. It will be equal to V times U. V times U. Then I will have the fixed costs. F. Just call it F. And then I will have the profit. The profit is equal to R minus T minus F. Then for the units, we have 1,000, we have 2,000, we have 3,000, 4,000, 5,000, and 6,000. Then we shall have the total, although total we only require for the profits. Total we only require for the profit here. Draw ukifikisha hapo uniambie finished. So the questions we were dealing with, they apply when you have just one level of units. Higher. If we are finished, I want to draw another table like this. The same design, but now you call it Washati division. We have 3 tables, so make sure you are very fast, because I can see we have like 15 minutes. So draw another table and call it Washati division. Kumaliza, uandike the word yes. Another table, the same design, including the units. Actually, you draw three tables. Kimaliza hii, draw another one. The other one now you will call it company, for company. So the 3 should have 3 tables. So let me give you like 5 minutes or 4. Kimaliza zote 3, andike word yes. Okay, so if you're done, that's good. Let's start with the one for Muga. Let's start with the one for Muga. The one for Muga. Let's go to the table we have drawn for Muga. So the transfer price is 35. So utaweka 35 kila mahali hapa. 35, 35, 35, and 35. So revenue hiyo utatafuta, like now this will be 35,000. That one you'll just later. Then the variable cost is 11. So put 11 kila mahali. Put 11 kila mahali. So like the total cost sasa hapa itakuwa 11,000. The fixed cost for Muga is 60,000. So utaweka 60,000 kila mahali hapa. 60,000, 60,000, 60,000, 60,000, and 60,000. So for the profit, like the first one, it will be 35 minus 11 minus 60. So to record the loss of 36,000. So utafanya hivyo for mpaka hapa you get the total. Is that okay? If you have understood that, then my yes, so that we move. If there's anything you have not understood, let me know. Okay, so that is what happens to the supplier. Let us go now to the second department. Second department, go to the table in the Jaza for the second department. Washati. We go to Washati. We go to Washati. So for the table of Washati, the external price that they are quoting, hiyo ndio tutaweka hapa. It is 100, 90, 80, 70, 60, and 50. That way. So those are the prices that are given there. So ikikuja kwa revenue, it will be this times this. So that now here you have 100,000. Here you will have 180,000 and so on. When it comes to the variable cost, I told you the transfer price is a variable cost. If you remember what you have been doing with the others, tumekuwa tukisema variable costs, tuko na transfer, alafu tuko na production na purchase. So we combine them. So the transfer ndio hii 35, then they have their own 7. They have their own 7. So that will be equal to 42. So the variable cost for Washati will be 42. So utaweka 42 kila mahali hapa. The transfer price plus its own. So that now with that, this will be 42,000 and this will be 84,000. The fixed cost is 90,000. 90,000. $90,000. So that the profit, like for the first one, will be negative that 2,000. Yeah, so utapata total there. Haya, I hope that is okay. Write okay, write the word okay if you are okay up to that point. Kama umeelewa hiyo, write the word okay so that we proceed. And the word okay or yes. Okay. So let us go to the next table. Let us go to the next table. In the next table, the prices will remain. Even the revenue will remain. So just copy as they are. The change will happen here. This is where the change will happen. This is where the change will happen. And here. So for the Canora or for the company, we are now dealing with the company. For the company. So the units remain, the price remain, even the revenue remain. So the variable cost now, it will now be 11 plus 7. That will be 18. So when you're dealing with the company, you bring the costs of the two departments. You remember what you are doing, you are adding. But you don't add the transfer. Transfer haikuwa inaenda kwa the company. So this now will be 18. This will be 18. This will be 18. This will be 18. This will be 18. So that now this is 18,000. This is 36,000. The fixed costs. The fixed cost now you add the 60 and the 90 so that you work with 150,000. 150,000. 150,000. 150,000. So once you get the total here, you will also find that they agree. The total profits of the two departments should agree with the total of the company. Should agree with the total of the company. So if you have any query, you can raise it. If you don't have, for your assignment, you can do November 2016, question 5. November 2016, question 5. So we will stop at that juncture for today. Thank you very much for attending the lesson. Enjoy your day and the week. We meet in our next lesson to pick up from there. Thank you.